So the events we were just talking about now, this period, October the 7th, 2023, till now, where does that fit? Is it footnote or chapter in the sweep of Jewish history?
I think it's could be one of the biggest turning points in Jewish history, maybe the biggest since the fall of the temple in 70 CE, since the Roman conquest, because Judaism has survived. It became the world champion in surviving catastrophes, but it never faced a catastrophe like we are dealing with right now, which is a spiritual catastrophe for Judaism itself. Because what is happening right now in Israel could basically, I think, destroy, void 2,000 years of Jewish thinking and culture and existence. That the worst case scenario that we are facing right now, and I emphasize it's a worst case scenario. We can still prevent it, and we can talk later about how to prevent it. But we should be clear about what we are facing if Israel continues on its present trajectory. What we are facing is the potential of an ethnic cleansing campaign in Gaza and the West Bank, resulting in the expulsion of 2 million, maybe more Palestinians from there, the establishment of Greater Israel, the disintegration of Israeli democracy, and the creation of a new Israel, which is based on an ideology of Jewish supremacy and on the worship of what were completely anti-Jewish values for the last 2 millennia. A country based on the worship of power and violence, and which is militarily strong. It will survive, it will be militarily strong, it will have alliances with various bullies around the world. It will also be economically viable, and this will be the spiritual disaster, because this will be the new Judaism that all Jews in the world will have to deal with. It will not disappear. Again, Jews are very good dealing with catastrophes from the Roman conquest to the Holocaust. But this will not be a military catastrophe. The state will actually be successful in military and economic terms. And it will make the challenge much, much bigger. No Jew, say in London or New York or anywhere else, will be able to say, this is not the real Judaism. It's like being, say, a communist in the 1950s in London and saying, no, the Soviet Union is not really communism. They misunderstood it. No, this will be the new Judaism, and maybe the only Judaism.
No, there's so much to ask about what you're saying, but what I'm wondering is and how to change that trajectory. But when you look at the political map, the extreme part of Israeli society is actually a minority.
History is done by minorities. Most people sit at home while history is being done by 5–10% of the population. This has always been the case. And I'm afraid that at least for some of the things that I've mentioned, it's not 5 or 10% of the Israeli population. Like, I was not surprised, but still shocked that when President Trump suddenly put on the table the idea, maybe we just expel all the Palestinians from Gaza, a lot of Israelis, including people I know personally, who had these thoughts somewhere in the back of the mind and always told themselves, you cannot say that, and it's pointless to say that because it's unrealistic. The moment it came out of the mouth of the US president, yes, we can do that. It was not 5 or 10% of the Israeli population. The support for these kinds of things, I don't know the exact numbers, but it could be even more than 50%.
But if you'd done the opposite and said Palestinian state and you'll have Saudi normalization, you don't think you'd have a strong support from the Israeli public?
It still can, but again, it's a question of what happens from now onwards. But the possibility, again, of ethnic cleansing and an undemocratic Israel based on an ideology of Jewish supremacy becoming the new reality. And this is not a prophecy, but this is a distinct possibility that we have to really take into account. And the big question that I would ask is, what are the values, what are the ideals that Israel still stands for?